Yeah, Mama, I believe this is going to be my last video. I think from this point on, this world's going to need a little bit of a personal touch. And I dedicate this to the Muslims, the Christians, the Jews, the Hindus, Buddhists, and the atheists too. I dedicate this to my mother. And I dedicate this to Mother Earth. And I dedicate this to any woman who's ever been wronged by a fool for any sake of religion or just downright foolishness. Okay? Now, where I come from, you would agree, Mom, it's a pretty rough city, isn't it? Where we come from is a pretty rough city, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of craziness, shootings and gangs and hookers and just you name it, right? And for about 20 years, right, you had a daughter, and that daughter was nuts, wasn't she? I always told her, I said, be more positive than that, Tammy. But she eventually killed herself. That's the truth, Tammy, right? But in reality, you know, I bounced a lot of knuckleheads up out of your house over that woman over the years. And in doing that, I took a lot of pity on people because I understand that their nature, right, is just to be more positive and good, but they fall into foolishness. And sometimes the fool needs their ass spanked a little bit. You understand what I'm trying to tell you, Mom? You understand that, don't you? Because if not, they just keep on with foolishness until they're just negatively nothing, man. They kill themselves. So I would dedicate this to my sister and any woman and anybody that's struggling. You hear me? And thinks we're in a negative existence. I'll show you something. Like I've been showing the world every time I've posted up on these YouTube videos and in Google with the Muslim, Christian, Jews, the Hindus, the Buddhists, the atheist ones of you too. Now check me out. This is for all you fools who think we're in a negative existence, okay? Now, think about this. All of existence, right, from right to left, okay? On the right side is the positive, good God and truth of everything, only getting bigger and better, life everlasting, the God of all, for everlasting peace, loving you up to no end. Okay, on the other side of this existence, right, on the left side, right, is all the left-handed, foolish, faithful ways, right, that never produce out good as truth because they're biased, right, the hell of all things and the devil of them, okay? The old Shiva chef right at the end of it. Now check me out. That's the existence we're talking about that's the negative. Now if you think about that existence, right, from right to left, it's just a line, okay? Now I want you to take this line, because I like to think that the good God, truth of me, is more positive than that, right? And I want you to take this line, right, and turn it clockwise from the negative. Take the negative and make it now from the bottom and put the positive on the top. Now, I want to show you something, Mom. Not only did I take that negative existence, right, and making it a positive existence, right, I also made a big plus sign right there, okay? And I also made a cross. Now, I want to tell you the good God and truth of this cross, but I'll do that right here in a minute. So now we got on top of this big old cross, the big old plus sign, right? The heaven, God, the glory of all things, everlasting and good for you. Everything lost is found. All that you love will be back. Trust me on that, okay? Now, at the bottom of that, you got every fool who ever died out negatively deficient that nobody can ever remember, so what the hell can you do with that, right? And then you got the old devil of them, right? You got the hell of them. You got all things just rotten and bad that they teach as lies, okay? All things ever come from a negative way. Now, I'm going to tell you how to get around that because I believe that we have to be more positive and good than that. As truth, I like to add up. Now, look. Only take the negatives when you feel them and cross them back one more positive because that energy, anytime you do something positive, is absolutely bigger and better than the negatives of you. And that's the good God and truth of Jesus Christ, right? And the thieving Holy Spirit, God, King, Adam, man, first evolved, evolve all I am. They hung them up out there on that cross. Mama, you hear me? Right? But they didn't cross negative. No, not with no negative. You hear me? They was on the cross. So they crossed one more positive together, good as true. And they stowed their lives back from all that foolish negativity that was hanging them out to one neutral nothing, just negatively deficient of them here and now. Listen, I'm going to show you something. The state of one more positive from the inside out is the only light, joy, warmth, good God or true Holy Spirit for everlasting peace, all will ever know or be. It's the state that all, him, body, and matter, a shape, form, and mass, of Adam's crossing and bonding is stated good to the truth of their shape, form, mass, anywhere in existence to the here and now of reality check, okay? You can't suffer and die out of existence only crossing that rightful, truthful way, adding up one positive, good together, one good truth of reality, you see? Christ-like, bigger and better than all negativity. Now, you're my mother, right? And this is Mother Earth, right? But there's also what happened to make all of us, okay? And I'm going to show you this. And this is why women get a lot of, bad rap, because this whole Adam and Eve thing. But I'm going to show you something. There's nothing bad and there's nothing neutral. What happened, Mama, is at the beginning of all of existence as we know it, right? There was an Adam. And in the mythology, it was Pistis Sophia. And she crossed female, negatively deficient with her energy, okay? And what happened is, through that polarity, it produced out all of creation of existence negatively deficient through the neutrons of us. And what she really did by crossing negative, because Adam was created to be holy, positive, and good. One good circuitry of light in all things existence. And when it crosses negative, it can't either hold its bond because its electrons go too high or too low with the negativity of it through the neutrons of it, or it splits and it causes a nuclear explosion with radioactive decay all over the place and mutates all matters that it comes in contact with. And that's what happened. She split negatively deficient. And through the neutrons of it, through the devil of her, crossing negative with negativity, she produced out all the creation of existence. But that existence, right, was negatively deficient. And it's a good thing that I showed up when I did and made things more positive than that. That's the good God and truth of all I am, Mama. Now listen, in reality, right, by her doing that, all of existence was negatively deficient. So when Adam was created, right, he knew what was good as truth. He felt it. We know what's good. An animal knows what's good. But an animal will never know what I'm telling you today. And that's to only cross one more positive than all negativity. To stay good as truth. To stay bigger and better than all animalistic, faithful negativity. And because he didn't know that, Mom, he incarnated the devil of him. You hear me? And he did no good for Eve. And we've been producing out negative matter, birthing one after another, to the one negative, nothing of us, just not here now, dead in reality. But I'm going to show you something. Every time he does it, and anytime anything does it, even an atom, the smallest speck of all we are, right, crosses negative with negativity, Mom, it causes the devil of us to incarnate through the neutrons of us. And as a radioactive Shiva shaft, the reason why I call it Shiva shaft is because the first faith of religion in the world, right, is through Shiva. And this Godhead is negatively deficient, right, of understanding what I'm telling you. But the reality of them, right, the faith of them, right, is what we all cross to because Adam didn't know to cross back one more positive to be good as true. The bigger and better of all negativity. So they're the oldest reality of that to the earth. And they also got our mathematics all crazy because they say that there is a zero. But I'm going to tell you something, Mom. If one positive takes away one positive, they say it's nothing, right? Okay, one nothing. But it's just one nothing of one positive. It's one negative of it. You understand? Listen to me. If you don't feel one more positive than all negativity, you're just negatively deficient of it. It's the neutral of nothing. You hear me? And all of existence states that way. But if you don't know the reality of that, check me out, because you live in a faithful constructed lie, right? That was created by inferior godheads through the negative deficiencies of Adam and Eve and all of existence, right, to the reality check of you, right? Well, you're just going to die out a blind slave to it. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm nobody's blind slave, Mom. And I'm absolutely bigger and better than all negativity. That's the good God and truth of me. And in reality check, I'm checking every one of these fools. Because you can't say you're the good God and truth of anybody in reality check, right? You can't say you're more Christ-like than anybody, right? Creating a constructed lie that has us more animalistically evolved, right, than manly or womanly. And the reason why I say that is if I don't know what's attacking me, and you don't know what's attacking you, right? And we call it bad, angry, upset, hate, hurt, pain, whatever it is, right? And the absolute of it is only negatively deficient of one more positive, right? To be good as truth. And you don't know that. You can't wrap your mind around it no matter what you're creating in reality, right? Whether it be money, whether it be finance, whether it be government, whether it be anything, right? Is only negatively deficient of it. Because you can't put your mind on what's attacking you. You can't wrap your brain around the enemy of you. So you call them raping, robbing, murdering thieves. And you produce these raping, robbing, murdering thieves, right? Through prisons and jails, right? And I'm going to explain something to you. And then you produce them back out to reality to breed. What the hell is that? You hear me? Worser than ever. Worser than ever. You can't get better by putting more raping, robbing, murdering thieves together. Being negative as hell, blind to what's attacking them. That's in reality, that's insanity. Okay, and it's the insanity of all existence. And then they war at each other. They teach us that it's okay to war, that we have to know how to defend ourselves. Mama, I never learned how to fight in my life. You understand? But I'm probably one of the best fighters you ever see. You want to know why? Because I ain't taking nobody's shit. You hear me? In reality check. But I don't sit around all day in the negative, right? Thinking about ways to be positive. I don't do that. You hear me? I tell you, I'm absolutely positively good. That's the truth. And if you want to come against that, you're going to have something to deal with in reality. But I'm not going to go around plotting and making plans, because you'll only do that in the negative. If I say that kids are getting shot at school, right? And I'm trying to prevent that. But I don't know that the absolute of that is just negative. And I need to bring the whole situation, including the shooter, including the families, including the kids, the deaths. I need to bring that whole situation back more positive and good, right? No bias to it, right? In reality, until I do that, it will not be that way. Until I do that with the wars of me, until I do that with everything in existence, it will not be that way. And that's where we're at with our leadership. And that's why we're going to hell in a handbasket, not just in the United States, but all over the earth. We're abusing ourselves, man. We're insanely and madly, right? Derangedly, Mom, listen to me. Killing ourselves. Nutty, fruity bushwhackers. A Shiva shaft of negativity on our existence because we don't identify what's killing us out in reality. And the people who see these videos, they understand that I'm not lying. But I think they're trying to let me get enough practice, right? To be able to make me or break me. You hear me? But I'm not going to break. You hear me? I'm only going to come back positive and good because I know that's the truth of all things in existence. You hear me? Only crossing bigger and better. And I'm going to take all of existence. You hear what I'm going to do on this track, on this path, right? And I'm going to flip it, man. And I'm going to make it a positive existence. And everything negative that comes at it, man, I'm going to make it good as truth. And I'm going to bring the enlightenment reality of the fact that things are not just one way. You hear me? That you can bring back the good of you as truth, more positive than the negatives of it. And I will fight with every fiber of my existence and my being to be that way because I got babies in this world, Mama. And I don't want them growing up like I did. I don't want them to have a broken family. You know, we had a broken family. We was poor. Dad was a drunk. You couldn't take care of us, you know. Because of that, man, I went through a lot of things, you hear me? But in reality, check, these things only made me bigger and better because I did not let the negatives of them, man, you hear me, affect me in a negative way. I only used that lesser energy, right? I used that energy. I absorbed it as the more positive, bigger, and better me, as the good God and truth of all God, truth, reality check I am. You hear me? And as the thief of all God, truth, reality check, you hear me? I'm going to steal this negative existence, right? Up out of reality to one nothing, Mom. Just like I did. You hear me? And I'm going to make it more positive and good every way. And all that's lost, anything that you can remember that is lost is found. Know the truth of me. I'm going to bring it all back. You stick around. You hear me? Jesus said to his disciples, said to him, right? They said, your mom and your sister's waiting on you. Your mom and your siblings out there. You hear me? They're waiting on you. Jesus said, anybody who takes up the cross like me is my mother and my family. You hear me? You understand that, Mama? He also said, he said, if you don't hate your parents, like I hate my parents, right? You can't be my follower. Well, I hate the fact that you believe that you got to die. But he also said, if you don't love your parents, like I love my parents, right, you can't be my follower. And I'm going to tell you something, Mom. I hate the fact that you die. That you think you have to die someday. That's a lie on you, and it's a lie on all of creation of existence. Listen to me. Anything around us that is negatively deficient, if we know it, if we see it, and we can absolutely call it out for what it is. Now, I don't hate anything, just let anybody know. I despise the fact that she thinks she has to die. But listen, I want to tell you something, man. Anything in existence, right, that's negatively deficient, and you got a mind for it, right, you got the love of it, right, you can bring back more positive and good. And as truth, if you don't, that's the negative deficiency of you. But I want to show you something, Mom. We're two or more atoms, right? The molecules that we are, the little things in reality, okay? We're two or more atoms crossing bond, one more positive, right? Because we talked about what they do when they cross negative, right? When they come back one more positive, right? And they bond out with two or more, they only do it one way, Christ-like. To make the good God and truth, right, of every shape, form, and mass of reality check. Not to exclude every dimension of time and space you can think of, and every shape, form, and mass of God you can think of. The God of all, for everlasting peace. I am, Mom. The absolute bigger and better of the good truth of Jesus Christ. The thieving Holy Spirit, God, King, Adam, man. First evolved, the triple male of all I am. The thief of all God, truth reality check. And these blind fools better wake up, because I'm going to tell you something, Mama. Listen to me. When I tell you that by being more positive, right, I'm stating good as truth. I'm absorbing up all negative energy around me, right, to the reality check of all mankind. Well, listen. When it stops producing you out, it can only destroy you. You understand? If you cross negative, right, with negativity, right, the absolute positive energy I am, right, you're using it perversely as the decay and disintegration of your negative ways. It's the energy of it to one nothing. And I'm absorbing all you are up out of reality to one neutral nothing, Mama. Because, check me out. At this point, with this knowledge being passed around the world in every direction I can take it, to exist that way really is going to just leave you hanging yourself out foolishly to one nothing everywhere it states. You can't get around it. And that's a fact check. From the full thief man, God, King, Adam man first evolved, the triple male of all I am. It will be there, man. It will be there attacking your foolish ass until your faith is nothing. Until your existence, right, is one nothing of a faithful way, man. Destroying you and us. You hear me? Because in reality, check, I ain't having it. Listen, like I said, this is probably going to be my last video. I've said all I can say to our leadership, Mama. And I've said all I can say to the people I love and cherish. It's here. It's on video. It's on YouTube. Look, I don't do this because I'm a saint. I don't do this because I'm the incarnate of it. But I am. I do this, man, because I have to exist in reality check. And I don't want to see this foul-ass, crazy world acting deranged and insane around me. You hear me? I'm absolutely, positively a bigger, better man than that. And all the women of our world being perversely, right, ran up for just being beautiful, lovely creatures in every direction. That any man, unless they're foolish, would just love it and cherish. You hear me? I don't get it. I don't get the fact why men can't see past that deranged negative way about them to see that these women are incredible, and not just the beautiful ones on the outside, but all these women, Mom. You guys are incredible. You're the nurturers of existence. If it wasn't for you being a good nurturer like you were when I was a little kid, about 3 years old, I don't know what it would have took for me to see the bigger and better of the good God and truth of me. I know I'd have seen it, but in reality check, it just wouldn't have been there. Because your love stated it from the beginning for me. You hear me? And I just want to thank you for that, and I love you for that, Mama. And with that, I'm going to let these fools do what they're going to do, because I'm definitely going to do what I'm going to do. And that's a fact check. That's God. That's truth. That's a reality check.
God bless.